Now, the biggest problem with foldable smartphones these days is reliability. And Samsung Z Fold series has always one-upped every other foldable in this particular category. And heck, they are the only one who has a 4th generation out. And it is also available globally, unlike some. So now that I've finally got my hands on the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, so here's my unboxing and my experience using this foldable smartphone after 4 days to find out whether or not this could potentially be your next or your first foldable smartphone. Now, starting from the unboxing, as usual, the box comes in black. As soon as you open the cover of the box, you'll find a smaller box sleeve at the inner part of the box, where in there's the USB-C to USB-C cable, the warranty card and other paperwork, the SIM ejector pin, and finally the phone itself. Now, to be fair, during my previous hands-on video, I felt like I did not have enough time to really experience the phone during the media experience. And having used the phone for several days, the utmost noticeable difference compared to the previous Z Fold 3 is the weight of the phone. I almost thought that it was somewhat of a demo unit because we are looking at a drastic drop of weight, which on paper seems minor, but trust me, you will feel the difference. And while the dimensions are also a bit smaller, but it looked very close to the Z Fold 3. So one of the main things that a lot of other smartphone manufacturers or foldables do is that they like to rave about how their phone closes flat. Well, this does not. But remember that this is the only foldable smartphone that has the official rating of IPX8. Now, the folding and the unfolding mechanism has been improved, and this is also something that you have to experience yourself to really tell a difference. Because I've tested other foldables and some seem to feel like it's gonna break into half, but that was not the case when it comes to this Z Fold 4. Besides that, you'll find a similar camera arrays and the port placement as the previous generation. Now, there are several cases for the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 as well, which I'm planning on getting the slim standing case for me to have an easier way to let the phone stand by itself. Now, looking at the phone's display, at a glance, you might think there's no difference between this and the previous Galaxy Z Fold 3, but you'll be sadly mistaken as it has a higher screen-to-body ratio of 90.9% compared to 88.8% on the previous iteration. Now, if you're watching videos on the device, when you stretch the screen, it will fill up the aspect ratio instead of forcing a black bar at the top and the bottom. Now, this means that you can really enjoy the 2x dynamic AMOLED screen to its full potential, especially on how well Samsung have managed to hide the camera hole punch when you're not using the camera, which was super sweet. Then the 120Hz refresh rate and 1200 nits of peak brightness were perfect when I was using the phone outdoors, especially since it's extremely hot these days. So yeah, that was great. Then another huge complaint that a lot of people had on the Z Fold series was the cameras, as many felt that it did not give the foldables the best compared to the Galaxy S series. Now, while the Z Fold 3's cameras performed exceptionally well during my in-depth review on that phone last year, Samsung has raised the ante by giving a bigger 50 megapixel camera compared to the 12 megapixel camera for the main lens. So not only you'll be getting some high resolution and high dynamic range shots, but from a video's perspective, you can now record up to 8K resolution if you want to. And based on my quick test shots, not only the rear camera lenses look great, but the under-display camera has also been improved with Samsung tweaking it further on this software. And of course, I am planning to do a full video review or a dedicated review on the camera features, on the flex mode, and of course trying out the main lenses and using the rear camera as the selfie as well. So subscribe to Adam Lobo TV if you haven't done so. Now, looking at what else is new. Firstly, it ships with the latest Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 4nm chipset, and it comes with my personal favorite Android skin, which is One UI version 4.1.1 based on Android 12. And I'm seriously loving this new taskbar option that gives it a sort of a desktop dock-like experience for your favorite and frequently used apps. And it also loads super quick as well. Now, speaking of loading apps quickly, not only it comes with 12 gigabytes of RAM, but it also has the virtual RAM, also known as the RAM Plus, to expand the RAM virtually up to 8 gigabytes using some storage of the memory. And the unit that I have is the 256 gigabyte variant, which was way more sufficient for me since most of my work and files are stored in the cloud anyway. Touching into the topic of work, the better large screen optimization for apps like Microsoft Office and Google Meet, especially working hand in hand with all the flex mode on the Z Fold 4, has really enhanced my workflow. The multitasking options was nice, so was the typing experience with the split keyboard, which got me used to it in no time. So yes, here's where I'll go deeper into all these software features from a works perspective really soon as well. Now, like the previous generation and all foldable smartphones, the battery is divided into two parts that helps with the thermal and better charging performance. It has a total of 4400 milliamps of battery, and based on my regular usage for the past several days, I got an average close to 6 hours and 45 minutes and sometimes even more. So that was pretty neat, and since I usually always charge my phone overnight, so before I head to bed, I'll just put this on my wireless charger and I'm all set. So that's the wrap of my 4-day review of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. Now, as mentioned, I'm planning to do more content to dive deeper into the cameras, talking about the workflows, both from a work and also an entertainment perspective as well. And I'm also planning to purchase the S Pen or even the S Pen Pro to use it on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 as well. So don't forget to turn the notification bell icon in case you didn't. And I'll leave all the info on the pricing and the current promo that Samsung is giving out at this point in time at the description below, and I'll see you in my next video for my further reviews. Yeah, don't be shocked. I'm wearing specs because according to the doctor that my eyes was overstrained. Guess why lah? So first time in my history I'm wearing specs in Adam Lobo TV. So let's see how it goes. See how's the response. Okay, let's start.